Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be breaking down the Washington football team's salary cap situation in 2021 and 2022 and how they've done a really good job at managing their cap. And we'll also talk about Jonathan Allen's comments about wanting to re-sign with the Washington football team and if that's the right move or not. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so first I'll talk about the Washington football team's cap situation in 2021 and 2022, and then after that we'll talk about a possible Jonathan Allen extension and talk about the comments that he made. So right now, as you can see, the Washington football team still has about $17 million in cap space for 2021, so it doesn't really matter that much. You know, they can sign a couple players, some veterans, but that shouldn't really matter that much for this year. But some of that money will carry over into 2022, and the Washington football team, you know, made a few really good signings this year in William Jackson, Curtis Samuel, and they're still, you know, close to the top in salary cap for this year. But you look at 2022, and that's when it looks better. $60.5 million in cap space. We can look at it right here, around $60.5, $60.7 million in cap space, which puts them at 4th overall in the entire league, which is really insane when you think about it. They made a couple big signings, and that's still with Landon Collins on the books. So if we cut him, which I'll show in a little bit, which, you know, it's very likely that we move on from Landon Collins after the 2021 season, we save a bunch of money, and that money will be used to, you know, sign Jonathan Allen, extend Logan Thomas and some other players. So this is really going to help us out. And we're going to have a lot of money next year to re-sign some of our players and bring in some veterans to help us out. And what's even better, you look at the rest of the NFC East, I mean, it's not looking too good for them. I mean, you look at the Eagles, and this is for 2022, they're, you know, below average. They're like in the 20s. You look at the Cowboys, they're next, you know, they're second to last. And the Giants are not looking too great either. So, you know, all the NFC East are at the bottom pretty much. All the NFC East teams are at the bottom except for the Washington football team. And they will be close to the top, which is really good. You know, the Cowboys are going to be, you know, really tight with their cap situation the next few years because Dak's contract, you know, the cap hit is very low this season, but then, you know, in the next few years it's going to continue to go up and up and up. And I know the cap's going to go up, but still it's going to be hard for them to keep all of their players. You look at this, if we cut Landon Collins in 2022, it's going to save us a lot of money, about $7 million. And if we do a June 1st, post June 1st cut, it would probably even save us even more. So that would put us still, I think we would still be in 4th, but $67 million in cap space next year would be great to, you know, re-sign Logan Thomas, Jonathan Allen, which we will talk about in a little bit, and, you know, some other players, because, you know, Deron Payne, I believe right now he's eligible for an extension. Other players next offseason, I do think Montez Sweat will be eligible, Terry McLaurin, and you want to get those done early on and, you know, not wait. Like Jonathan Allen right now, it would be good if they can get an extension done with him before the season starts, because if they don't, then it's going to be, you know, they're going to be competing with other teams. So Jonathan Allen, this is what he had to say, today, or, you know, the last couple of days with NBC Sports Washington. He says, "I've always had the goal of playing with one team my whole career. I think I have a great opportunity to do that right here in Washington." So, you know, we've heard players say that in the past, especially Brandon Sheriff recently, and it hasn't gotten done. But, you know, Jonathan Allen, it seems like he's really bought into the culture. He's from the Virginia area, so he probably wants to stay close to here, close with a lot of his teammates. You know, still got a lot of Alabama guys. So, you know, I really think he wants to be here. It's just the both sides have to come to an agreement. And it's going to be a lot of money, guys. It's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be $16, $17+ million. I think it's good. I really want us to try to keep all 4 of our defensive linemen in Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young, and even Matt Ioannidis if we can. But that is going to be very, very hard to do. Just, unless we keep, signing these veteran quarterbacks to very cheap deals. And even then, I mean, Chase Young's going to cost a lot of money. So, Jonathan Allen, if it's up to me, I would probably rather re-sign Daron Payne just because of this. He's younger. He hasn't really had many injury issues. Jonathan Allen has had, he was, hurt his rookie year, missed 11 games, and also came out of college with that shoulder injury. Daron Payne's been injury-free his whole career, and I think he's a little bit more talented, but I do think it's a good idea to try to keep both, and that's what they're doing in Washington right now. And my prediction is I definitely think they will keep, they're going to try to re-sign Jonathan Allen, maybe even before the season starts, and I think they just really want to, keep him here because he's the perfect guy for the culture. You watch them at press conferences, and it's just like, this guy's perfect for Ron Rivera and company, and he's been a great player. I mean, the sacks weren't there last year, only had 2 sacks, but he had a lot of pressures, just couldn't get to the quarterback. Also was great in the run game, 62 tackles, 35 solo tackles, and, he had a safety as well. Had a good year. Just in my opinion, if it came down to me, I'd rather have Daron Payne, but, it's a flip of a coin. Either one is great, and if they can keep both, that's great. It's just going to be very, very hard with Chase Young on one side, Montez on the other side, and you still got Tim Settle and Matt Ioannidis. So I want you guys to, put it down below in the comments. Who would you rather keep, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, or would you just try to, re-sign all of them and continue to, sign veteran quarterbacks? It's possible if they, if they find their franchise quarterback and that's a rookie, then they'll be able to keep them for a little bit longer. But it's going to be very, very hard. But I do think Jonathan Allen, of course, he said he wants to be here, but I do really think he does mean it. And I think something's going to get done before the season starts, because if it doesn't, again, it's not going to get done during the season. That almost never happens. And then once the season ends, I mean, and we get to free agency, he's going to be, going to get offers from a bunch of different players. And, who knows if we're going to be able to re-sign him. So if they really want to re-sign him, get it done now. His cap hit, it would actually, if we got it done this season, even though his cap hit for 2021 is like 10+ million, it would actually, his cap hit would be less in his first year because of the signing bonus. So we'd actually save some cap space in 2021, and getting rid of Landon Collins in 2022, we'll be able to use some of that money to get Logan Thomas, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and these other guys re-signed. We do have a lot of cap space, but we do have to remember that we have a lot of guys in the future that are going to need to get re-signed. Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, and especially Terry McLaurin after this season. Remember, 2nd round, 3rd round picks and below only are under contract for 4 years. They don't have that 5th year option. So Terry McLaurin, this is going to be his 3rd season. So after this year, he's eligible for an extension. I hope the Washington football team gets it done right away when they can. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.